funny, with the, the waggles, and there's no rhyme or reason for it. It's not like it's 6 waggles and go. Sometimes
No.
it's 3 waggles, then the next time it's 15. I find it painful. Like, as a guy that does waggle a little bit, but I'm not a pro, so no one's subjected to my garbage. I can't do it again, Bob. Like, a 2-time Open winner with those waggles, I can't do it again with Harman.
The only reason I want him to win is because he told me, I was at the Travelers Championship a few weeks ago, and I asked him about winning the claret jug, and I said, did you have a couple of sips out of it? And he says, the people from the RNA told me I brought it back in the worst condition it's ever brought it back in because we drank so much out of that thing. So that would be a good reason, just the celebration alone. That would be a little different than Scotty's.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Maybe I got to give him another chance. I'll give Brian Harman another chance. With Bob Weeks, I saw you tweet out that Corey Connors, he made the cut right on the number, 1 over par. But it's been a pretty good run. Like, he's not going to win this week. He probably won't even be in contention. But he had the injury issue, obviously, at the U.S. Open, and appears to be back healthy. But a bit disappointing. Only one Canadian, and it's Corey, and he's right on the number.
Yeah, it was disappointing, and I was searching around to try and find, what's the record for, when was the last time we didn't have a Canadian make a cut in a major? You have to go back to the U.S. Open in 2018. So these guys have been on a good run. And this year, we've had some guys who played pretty well at T5 for Penrith at the PGA, and I think Corey was in the top 10 at the Masters. So it's been a pretty good run with these guys, but a little disappointing. Those first rounds really took the stuffing out of them, and they'll regroup. But the bigger one to watch right now is in the other tournament. Adam Hadwin is in danger of losing his playing privileges if he can't get into the top 125. I think he's 130 right now, so he's got to have a good weekend on the B tournament, on the B circuit.
Bob, do you see a Rory surge coming this weekend?
I think he'll play well tomorrow. I'm not sure if he's got enough room to catch, or there's too much room maybe to catch Scotty. The thing about Rory is he's got to put the ball in the fairway a little bit more often and get some shots closer. Like his distance from the pin or from the green, when he's on the green, the distance from the pin is really not. That's not a lot of good looks for birdies. He's sort of putting from 30 and 20 feet all the time. So put the ball in the fairway, gives you a little chance to get it a little bit closer. I don't think he's far off from a good round. He's talked after the round sort of being semi-satisfied with how he was playing, but he's got to get that ball in the hole a little bit more often, and the way to do that is just, hit the ball in the fairway, get it closer to the pin, and roll it in. It sounds easy, but I think you'll see him up near the top of the leaderboard. I still don't think he's going to catch Scotty, though.
Yeah, I don't see it either. I mean, McIlroy is somewhat in the hunt, I guess. What is he, 3 under, I believe? Yeah, 3 under, but 7 shots back of Scheffler seems pretty difficult to make up. And his buddy Shane Lowry, who won there in 19, had kind of a crazy scene today. His ball was in the, I guess, fescue. He took a practice swing and the ball seemingly moved. And I saw some video of him snapping all over that place. And he's got a reputation of this happy-go-lucky kind of, just out having a good time. I think that is completely inaccurate, the assessment of him. Like, he's a hothead on the course, Lowry.
Oh, yeah.
And yet that's his rep, like, just a good old guy having fun. Let's go out for a beer. I don't think that's who it is on the course, man. Like, in between the ropes, he's fiery, Shane Lowry.
Yeah, he is pretty fiery, and I'll tell you, they took him into. They told him what had happened while he was on the golf course. Said, "Don't sign your scorecard till we get through," and they took him back in. I mean, I think if you look at the video very close, you can kind of see it oscillates a little bit. But he said he really couldn't see any kind of a movement. He didn't think it moved at all. He said, "But I don't want to be known as a cheater, so I took the 2-shot penalty." And it's probably a smart move because you don't want to end up like Patrick Reed,
right,
where everyone's second guessing you. But he does have a little bit of a fiery temper when he's on the golf course. He's pretty good off the golf course, and some of that has to do with the Guinness. But but he's a good guy. But if you want to talk hotheads, I don't know if you saw John Rahm, but he was slamming a wedge and kicking his wedge down the fairway and giving it a big spanking for some bad shots. That wasn't too good. But there's some guys who leave it on the golf course, thank goodness.
Yeah, and Rahm even par, so he's not going to do anything this weekend. DeChambeau made the cut. He's at 1 over, but Lowry's at even par even with that penalty. But, yeah, it's an interesting time of golf. Like you mentioned, Hadwin and, the Barracuda, I think, is where they're playing right now, the B tournament. Joel Damon's in that. Damon famously split up with his caddy this week, who, that was a pretty prominent story in that Full Swing Netflix doc. And Colin Morikawa's gone through multiple caddies, and Max Homa's gone through like 10 of them. Like, is this just normal behavior, or is it like uber competitive between player and caddy? Because there seems to be a lot of turnover on tour right now.
Yeah, it's I don't think it's sometimes you got to remember too. Sometimes it's the caddy firing the player.
Right.
And I think that's a certain situation with Colin Morikawa, who's not the friendliest guy, I don't think, all the time. At least he's getting a reputation as that. So, he might find it tough to find a good fit. And I'm not sure if there's just an extraordinary number of them or if it's just more high-profile guys. The Joel Damon one was one that I never thought, because those guys have been together since university, where they played together. But Joel Damon's looking for a fresh start. He's looking for something. He needs a fresh face on the bag or some encouragement. Sometimes you just get stale, and these guys just do it for the sake of a change. So it's tough to figure out right now. It's a little bit like grab a seat when the music stops and hope you have a golf bag somewhere along the line. So for the caddies,
big time. Big time.
Bob, I'm wondering, how does that process work? Like, I'm guessing looking for a caddy, you don't just throw it up on Kijiji and say, hey, I'm looking for a caddy. So is it word of mouth? Like, how does that kind of come together when you're looking for someone? Or I might have a guy, or I might know someone. How does that fit together?
Yeah, basically, if you're a tour caddy and you've got some history and some reputation, you let everybody know, and you let agents know. And then the agents will spread the word, and it circulates pretty quick. This is a traveling road show that goes from week to week. So if you're a pretty good name, then you're gonna probably find a bag somewhere along the line. And it's tough though, because it's all personalities. It's not so much all these guys. Basically, all the tour caddies right now are basically golf professionals. They're guys who can play the game very well, so they can work with you and coach with you. And sometimes there's a fit that personality-wise that it meshes. And I think of Brennan Little, who caddies for so many years for Mike Weir and now working with Gary Woodland. He had a stretch in between there where he kind of floated and went to 2 or 3 different guys, and all of a sudden he lands with Woodland, and they're basically inseparable. But Brendan Little played in the United States Senior PGA Championship. He qualified for it, so he's obviously a good golfer as well. And that tends to be the situation. But mostly it's word of mouth, and if you're unemployed, you let everybody know that you're unemployed if they don't already know.
Well, we'll see what comes with this weekend. Again, Scheffler, not just in the hunt. He's the pace car. He's got a one-shot lead. There's some big names that are up there, but it's going to be tough to track him down. If he plays like he did today, I believe he was the low score, 7 under par. He does that again tomorrow. See you later. Turn the lights out. All right, Bob. Enjoy Saturday and Sunday the golf. We'll do it again soon. Thank you for this.
All right. Take care, everybody. Have a good weekend.
You got